Graduating from university can be a daunting prospect, particularly if you're looking to make it in the competitive creative industries. There are a lot of projects and schemes to help. I'm going to explore some of these and spend some time with some successful UAL graduates to try and gain an insight into what it takes to achieve your ambitions.
The Catlin Art Prize is now entering its 7th year, and it was founded and is directed by Justin Hammond. The Catlin Guide is a side project to that. The guide details around 40 artists who have been selected by the curator through a long process of visiting all the MA and BA shows around the UK. So it provides an element of visibility for graduate artists that they might not otherwise have. So when the exhibition is mounted, we invite a panel of judges in to see the work, and the winner will be announced on the 22nd of May at a prize giving, and they receive £5,000, which is kind of designed to be enough to fund them in a studio for a year. And then there's also a visitor vote, and they receive £2,000.
Chris Cooper is an artist working mostly in installation and performance. His work was included in the Catlin Guide 2013. He began by studying a BA in Sound and Music Technology and went on to train as a hard landscaper before graduating from London College of Communication with a BA in Interaction and Moving Image. He speaks about creative progression and confidence.
Okay, well I was approached by Justin Hammond, who is the creator for the Catlin Guide. And he'd seen my work through the Art Slant Prize, which was a prize that I got shortlisted for. What was nice about the Catlin Guide is that it felt like put a nice point to the end of my graduation year and my testing, and I kind of feel like I can see that there is ways in to what I'm doing. I kind of feel it's important to be a little bit stubborn because in what you do get involved in, not to just take anything that comes along. But because I think at uni you get taught to kind of develop these ideologies of what you believe in your work, and sometimes these can fall by the wayside when you actually come out of that bubble. Obviously talking to people is very important because everyone's producing objects and putting them in galleries, but it's kind of what goes on around that as well that's so important.
Atalo Morales is a photographer who recently completed an MA in photojournalism and documentary photography at London College of Communication. He gained funding for his most recent work, Overnight Generation, through the crowdfunding website Kickstarter, which enabled him to publish the work in a book format. The project documents the lives of young people living in Sarajevo and was greeted with critical acclaim.
I chose to use Kickstarter for my project because for me it was the platform that everybody knew, and from my perspective it was really important to capture the attention of the people, and I thought that if I used a platform that wasn't very well known or had a reputation would not attract the people to my crowdfund. What I would advise is at least 3 months in advance you need to start advertising your crowdfunding. You need to start finding the means to do that on Facebook, the other social networks, and once you capture the attention, people will be alerted, and when you launch it, people will be already familiar with your projects, and it's going to be way easier for you to raise the money from my perspective.
C is the Centre for Student and Graduate Enterprise Employability. So we connect students to opportunities, ideas and industry contacts. We're all about our students profiting from their own creativity. We run a broad range of events and programmes that help students to do that. We also work with graduates up to 3 years after they graduate. So we have a business mentoring programme which we're currently offering to the award winners of our seed fund or our social enterprise more than profit scheme, and also those that are applying for startup loans. We also have a careers mentoring scheme. We've got a huge number of alumni who we can tap into and harness them as potential mentors. So at the moment we're developing a mentoring platform that will allow us to connect more mentors with more mentees. Students and graduates need to develop a really broad range of skills and experience. From the first moment that they start their degree, they need to be thinking about the kind of skills and experience they need for the kind of jobs and careers that they want.